Introduction to the Foot from Its Child. Al pie desde su niño is a powerful poem by the Chilean Nobel laureate Pablo Neruda. The poem uses the personification of a human foot as an extended metaphor for the entire human life cycle. From the innocent dreams of childhood to the harsh realities of adult labor and finally, death, it reflects on the loss of innocence, the constraints of societal expectations, and the relentless, often unrewarded toil of the working man and woman. The foot, initially aspirational and pure, is gradually defeated and hardened by the demands of the world. Stanza wise explanation. Stanza 1, Childhood Dreams and Defeat. The first stanza introduces the child's foot, which is unaware of its true function and filled with pure, innocent aspiration. Initial innocence. The foot doesn't know it's a foot yet and wants to be a butterfly or an apple. This symbolizes the unrestricted imagination and lofty dreams of childhood where possibilities seem limitless. Harsh reality, this innocence is quickly confronted by the rocks and pieces of glass, the streets, the stairways, and the roads of hard earth. These elements are metaphors for the obstacles, challenges, and hard lessons of life that teach the child their limitations. The loss, the foot is defeated, fell in battle, and is a prisoner, condemned to life in a shoe. The shoe symbolizes the constraints of society and the harsh necessities of adult existence that stifle the foot's and the individual's original freedom and dreams. Stanza 2, Transformation and Adaptation. The second stanza details the foot's transformation within the confines of the shoe, representing the individual's first adaptation to a harsh world imprisoned existence. Little by little, without light, the foot is isolated, growing acquainted with the world in its own way, and exploring life like a blind man. This describes a life lived in darkness, isolation, and a limited awareness of the world, often out of touch with others, without knowing the other imprisoned foot. Physical hardening, the gentle, smooth toenails of quartz turn into a hard horn, and the soft, little petals of the toes are crushed, taking on the grotesque, unfeeling shape of a reptile without eyes, with triangular heads like a worm's. This vivid imagery captures the physical and emotional callousing of the individual, who becomes hardened and less sensitive due to continuous hardship. Unwelcome change. The feet become calloused over, covered with tiny lava fields of death, a hardening unasked for. The imagery of lava fields of death emphasizes that the hardening of the foot is a necessary but painful consequence of life's struggles. Stanza 3, Relentless Labor and Toil. The third stanza focuses on the relentless, endless nature of the adult foot's work, symbolizing the constant labor of the common person. Endless journey. Despite its hardship and blindness, this blind thing kept going without surrender, without stopping, hour after hour. The foot, now the foot of a man or a woman, walks ceaselessly, above, below, through the fields, the mines, the stores, the government bureaus. This enumerates the wide range of working class occupations, stressing the universality of toil life of work. The foot worked with its shoes and hardly had time to be naked in love or in sleep. This highlights how the necessity of labor consumes life, leaving little time for the essential human pleasures of intimacy, rest, or even simple respite. The individual is defined by their work until the whole man stopped, a euphemism for death. Stanza 4, Death and Unknowing Redemption. The final, brief stanza describes the foot's ultimate end and suggests a final, ambiguous possibility of redemption. The end, the foot went down into the earth and didn't know anything. As there everything was dark, it is buried, finally resting ignorance and hope. The final lines capture the profound irony and potential hope of the poem. The foot didn't know it was no longer a foot, or if they buried it so it could fly, or so it could. Having been condemned to walk, the foot is unaware of its final transformation. The earth, which crushed its dreams of flying or becoming an apple, fruit, now holds the promise of that very transformation, suggesting that death may lead to a cycle of regeneration or the realization of the initial simple dream.